when you go into a locker room and your teammates don't think that you can learn a playbook, that weighs heavy.
In an epic plot twist no one saw coming. Or now suing the family who took him in. The former NFL star in court this week, alleging the celebrated Tuohy family owe him millions. The case now in the hands of a judge. The retired NFL star questioning everything he thought was true, or doubting his once close relationship with the Tuohy family.
He thinks I birthed him. It's gotten to the point where I think I birthed him.
They just consistently referred to Michael as their son, and sometimes as their adopted son. And so that's what the world believes, that they adopted him.
And coming to terms with the damage he says the movie did to his life and career.
The movie is something that will shadow Michael Oher for life.
People don't know anything about me. I mean, you might see something on TV and think you know, but you got to get to know me as a person. You'll never know a person by watching a movie or reading a book.
His lawsuit, alleging that Sean and Leanne Tuohy saw him as a gullible young man whose athletic talent could be exploited for their own benefit. And that the Tuohys claimed he was their adopted son, when in reality, he wasn't.
He entered a conservatorship with the Tuohys, which is wildly different than an adoption.
The petition accusing the Tuohys of negotiating a movie deal where they would reap millions, while Oher received nothing. Alleging the Tuohys only negotiated payment for themselves and their biological children, and that he received no payment whatsoever for the life rights to his story. Or asked for a full accounting of the money earned off the use of his story, and unspecified damages.
Michael sees it all as sort of wrong from the start.
Oher would not comment to ABC News for the story, but he did speak to journalist Michael Sokolov. The story published in the New York Times Magazine.
Whether we agree with how he sees it, I think it's understandable that someone would feel differently as a 38-year-old adult than they would as an 18-year-old or even a 26-year-old in the midst of trying to stay in the NFL.
48 hours ago, a bomb dropped on our clients. To say they were devastated by these allegations is truly an understatement.
Lawyers for the Tuohys, countering each family member, including Oher, made an equal amount of money from the film.
Imagine a pie divided by 5, okay? We estimate each person received $100,000, each person in the family.
In court filings, the Tuohys submitting an accounting statement of what they say shows the full payments to Oher for his equal share, a little over $138,000. The Tuohy family also claiming Oher is trying to extort them. Text messages they say are between them and the former NFL star allegedly show Oher demanding they pay him millions. The Tuohys filing also stating the use of the term adopted was always meant in its colloquial sense. It was never meant as a legal term of art.
People use legal terms all the time. I'm gonna murder this Big Mac. And a lot of legal terms become colloquial. Adoption's not really one of them.
The Tuohys contesting his suit.
This is a sad day. It's devastating to the family, and we hope that it doesn't have a chilling effect on others who want to help needy individuals.
Michael Oher's inspiring story of escaping an impoverished childhood and foster care, then making it to the NFL, inspired millions. He was a first-round NFL draft pick in 2009.
The Baltimore Ravens select Michael Oher.
Selected 23rd overall by the Baltimore Ravens. The Tuohys were there by his side. Just months into Oher's NFL career, the blindside phenomenon swept the nation.
Beautiful dress!
If not for the movie, Michael would have been as famous as most offensive linemen who toiled in the NFL, which is to say, not all that famous. It's a pretty anonymous position.
Shotgun!
The movie made Sean and Leanne very famous. It cast them as heroes. The movie made Michael famous, but not in a way that he would have ever wanted.
The Tuohys becoming advocates for foster care and adoption.
There's kids falling through the cracks of this society every single day, and they need our time.
But in fact, the Tuohys didn't legally adopt him. Instead, they filed to be his legal conservators in August of 2004, when Michael was already 18 and legally an adult.
Legally speaking, an adoption is the legal act or fact of taking another person's child into your own family as your own. A conservatorship is when you appoint an individual to take care of another person, either their financial or medical needs, because they're either incapacitated or a minor.
The Tuohys declined to comment to ABC News, but in an interview with the Daily Memphian last year, Sean Tuohy said a conservatorship would allow Orr to play football for Ole Miss, the couple's alma mater, and that lawyers advised them that they couldn't adopt Michael since he was over the age of 18. However, it is legal to adopt an adult in Tennessee.
I think it's important to realize that they could have adopted him by law. Instead, they chose this conservatorship. It's unclear why they did that.
While Orr thrived at Ole Miss and says he does not regret going there, he has long said parts of the movie weren't true. He spoke about it on the Jim Rome Show last year.
Can I leave now?
I'm honored to have the position it's given me, but you have to understand, before I moved in with the family, I was an All-American.
See, this just means that you're going to block whoever's in front of you or on your inside shoulder if you're not covered by a defender.
Was it annoying that the movie portrayed it as if you had to learn to play football?
Yeah, that part right there, it really got me because no, it wasn't anything. It wasn't never like that. But I've always known how to play the game of football.
Orr played for 8 seasons in the NFL and retired in 2017 after suffering a serious concussion. After his retirement, his relationship with the Tuohys began to deteriorate.
Michael's resentment had been building for a good many years, and I think it came to a head with the lawsuit.
Just last year, at Orr's request, a probate court judge dissolved the nearly 20-year conservatorship. The Tuohy family offering to remove all mentions of Orr's supposed adoption from their websites, and not to mention adoption in public speeches. On the day the lawsuit was filed, Sean Tuohy told a reporter for the Daily Memphian, "We were going to love Michael at 37 just like we loved him at 16. The legal battle between the Tuohys and Orr continues. Now Orr, looking ahead to a future where he can chart his own path.
You don't want to be seen as a miracle. Explain to people what you mean by that.
Well, I shouldn't be a miracle. And no kid, we shouldn't be miracles. And we should have opportunities and resources to go out here and live a normal young adult child life, teenage, and go out and be successful.
Our thanks to Ashin. For more on this story, watch the full Impact by Nightline, Behind the Blind Side, streaming now on Hulu.
Reporting from the war in Ukraine, I'm Ian Pannell. Wherever the story is, we'll take you there. You're streaming ABC News Live.
This is Nightline. A sellout crowd. An iconic New York City comedy club.
So excited. We tried to get tickets for the first round. We missed it, but we got them this morning.
But who are they all here to see? Seinfeld? Nope.
We came up from Virginia just for this.
Kevin Hart? Try again.
We're from Baltimore and came up, so we're making this happen.
No, they're all here to see these guys. Greg Davis and Alex Horn.
It is my pleasure to please, I ask you to give a warm round of applause to Greg Davis and Alex Horn.
If you haven't heard of this duo, let me give you a quick intro. This is Taskmaster, the smash hit show in the UK that's made the leap across the pond. How do I best explain what this show is about? It's like a game show.
Impress this mayor. You have a maximum of 20 minutes. Your time starts now.
No, wait. It's an obstacle show. No, it's a singing show? Okay, I give up.
No.
For those who may not be familiar with Taskmaster, break it down for us.
Well, this is the Taskmaster. Hello. And I'm the Taskmaster's assistant.
Okay.
And I'm with the comedians who have to do tasks to impress this guy. So it's 5 comedians taking very silly tasks very seriously. And he will judge them, and one of them wins.
You ready?
The show is the brainchild of Alex Horn, a comedian and musician turned game show guru.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's quite fun. Oh.
But he needed someone with a real panache to make it work. Enter Greg Davis.
You did ruin my night. Stop it!
A former school teacher turned actor and comedian.
It's a chance for me to flex my massive comedic muscles. You know, Alex dreamt the show up and then brought me in and gave me the authority. And it's for him and his therapist to work out why, but that's the dynamic. I am in charge. It's very strange how once we're in that studio, I really do believe I'm a despotic authority figure. Yeah, it's quite fun, because I'm not at all in my life.
That charming mix has made the series a smash hit at a time when it's hard to get one season of a TV show made. Taskmaster is in their 18th season on UK's Channel 4. And they have become a viral phenomenon online with more than 800 million views on YouTube and millions more on TikTok, many of them coming from right here in the US.
You're on YouTube, TikTok, clips everywhere with millions of views. What do you make of that the show's expanded here in the US and has its own following?
Yeah, it's pretty peculiar. We think you can almost track it back to the COVID year of people sort it out as a comfort because it's real escapism and it's nonsense and it's not reflecting the scary world out there. It's somewhere you can go and just enjoy other people's misfortune and nonsense.
We're quite simple humans and we weren't expecting. And we've been wandering around New York for the last couple of days and been utterly amazed every time someone has come up to us and said they know the show and they love it.
They've recognized you.
We got free cheesecake yesterday.
Oh, God. So what exactly is a task?
Perform a miracle.
Most miraculous wins, you have 1 hour, your time starts now.
Perform a miracle.
Well, that's easy enough, isn't it?
Well, they vary.
Impress this mayor. You have a maximum of 20 minutes. Your time starts now.
You have a maximum of 20 minutes.
You're easily impressed, Peter?
No. That's quite tough. I've never had to impress a mayor before.
I know I go from rags to riches.
From the interesting...
Write and perform the most suspenseful soap opera cliffhanger. I know he's in there, Donna!
To the absurd.
I've got a favourite one for me personally, which was, it took a few seasons to pluck up the courage to do it. They opened up the envelope and it said,
Give Alex a special cuddle.
The most special cuddle wins.
Oh, no, I knew it.
Most special cuddle wins.
You have 20 minutes. My time starts now.
His brain is so strange. I think I would love to have some medical tests done on him because he never repeats himself and he constantly churns out and confounds expectation with the tasks.
A lot of it's chat GTP. Just type it in.
For all its hijinks, what really makes Taskmaster sing...
I saw you translate a poem from Japanese. It looks so tricky, but you did it with ease.
...is that it's a show for everyone. And anyone can find themselves here with a favorite character to root for or a favorite task to rewatch.
I've got children, and I think it's very rare now for families to sit down and watch a programme together at the same time.
Yes.
And this is definitely one where you can watch, like your mum watches the programme and my kids watch the programme, and we get contacted by people who say it's the only thing that brings us together once a week. And I really love that. That's the most sort of rewarding thing to hear back, that all generations can enjoy it. So I'd go for that.
For years, man. Can't count him out, though, man. He's perfect. I'm gonna be honest with you, about 30 minutes too late.
We got our names on the guest list. I can't forget your name, always had it on a necklace.
I'm in control,
And this is my body of work, and that's just the way it's going to be moving forward.
Would you say this is the most you it's ever been on an album?
Yeah, 100%.
Bryson Tiller's artistry is evolving. Many know him as the man who popularized the term trap soul with his 2015 debut album with the single Don't.
Don't play with her, don't be dishonest.
And he reminds us on his sophomore album that he did it himself with his track Self-Made.
Gucci on my belt, bought a necklace for myself, bought Giuseppe for myself, spent them blessings on myself.
Even celebrating his trap soul roots with his 2020 album Anniversary, preserving his signature sound on the single Sorrows.
Yes, I'm down and I'm drowning in my sorrows, baby.
So the Anniversary album to me was like, that was 5 years 5 years after my debut album, Trap Soul. We wanted to pay homage to that first album. It's why the album covers are like mirrored from each other. We can just look back to that time of when I was doing it all by myself.
Fast forward to 2024 to his new self-titled album, Bryson Tiller has a very different approach.
This is a very sci-fi, it's very different than the other cover arts. Does that reflect your love for sci-fi and video games? Is that a reason why you did this?
Absolutely. I had to do something that was me, you know? All my other album covers, so I was like, if I was gonna build something, if I was gonna build my own human cyborg, like, how would he sound? What type of music would he make? What would he be capable of? And, he would be fearless. I think that helped me a lot during the creative process, just separating myself from it and just being like, all right, this is its own thing. I'm just me. I'm the guy I'm the creator, and this is my creation.
When did you first start singing and you were like, I think I might have something here?
Third grade, I was imitating Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I was like, you know what, I sound kind of good. I might as well keep it going. And I started singing in church and whatnot, and, singing to girls in high school and stuff like that. That's about as far as it went, to be honest. Just singing to them. I was a nerd. That was like, they wanted to hear the singing, and then they walked away after that. That was it.
Nearly a decade into his music career, the Louisville, Kentucky native says that he's only recently started to hit his stride.
When did you feel comfortable really pursuing music as a career?
I would say 2020. I would say that's the time.
2020?
Yeah, not
after
everything.
Trap Soul, after?
Yeah, I was kind of winging it,
What happened in 2020?
2020, that was when my grandma passed, and I was just like, all right, it's time for me to take this a lot more serious. Yeah, she was really proud of me, though. It's been tough. It's been a wild, tough journey. Like I said, a lot of time I was very stressed out about just kind of listening to everybody else and trying to please them and what they wanted to hear from me. Now I'm just like, I'm going to do what I want to do.
Like, so what are some of these tracks that you say, you know what, I'm proud of this. I want to put my stamp on this one?
Undertow is 100% the one that I would want people to listen to, especially ABC's viewers.
Yeah, you are like the undertow.
Well, Undertow is one of those songs where, if you love real music, or real music, and, that song is just a great song.
One of his singles off the album, Calypso, gives a unique look at the different styles he's prepared to show us.
I love it when you get low. I slap my hand down your back on your thighs when you get those. Once you move her hips up, already knew you were bad, but I act like I didn't know.
There's a lot of different type of music on this album, so that one is one of the most different because it's like a dance hall type of influenced song. This album is more different than any album that I've ever done because it shows my versatility as an artist.
But lately, Bryson has been focusing on other things he loves as well, something that might surprise even his biggest fans.
So where does all video games start from? I mean, I hear you're a big Mario Kart fan, Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
It's my first love. I was just been a gamer since elementary school. Always loved gaming. Me and my brother share a lot of memories together. I started to make music and stuff. And then I reached a point to where I was just like, man, I need something. I don't know. I just was like, I need to switch up. This was during my depression. I was like, I want to play some video games again. I just started designing my own games. So in 2021, I've been designing the game since 2021. This is what my shirt says, Trap Soul Games. This is my game studio. Yeah, and I have a team of developers and a team of artists, and we all work together to
Yeah, so I really love games.
I mean, are we talking RPGs right now, fighting games? What's Trap Soul Games putting out?
I'm excited. I want to make everything, though. You know, the same way with my music, how, like I said, with this album, I'm trying to make everything. Same with my game studio. I want to make every type of game, you know? Yeah.
So I figure we can play a little Super Smash Bros.
I'm with it.
Decide. You ready to do it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Let's do it.
Right there.
Oh, man. Here we go. Just so you know, you said you were playing this on the way here or something like that? What'd you say?
Is this an excuse that I'm about to hear?
I'm just saying, I ain't played it in a long time.
So what is it about Kirby that you say emulates your musical style so much?
You know, earlier I said something about a chameleon. Nah, man, Kirby, I could be any of these guys, and I feel like he's really great at learning his enemies and taking the best qualities about his enemies and using it, but he still remains true to himself, you know, at the end of the day. Unlike, you know, a Pokemon who just copies somebody and just literally just looks exactly like you, does everything you do. You know, Kirby is himself at the end of the day.
Okay.
I see you got Dr. Mario now.
Yeah, we ain't messing around no more.
Okay. All right.
My Dr. Mario, I'm trying to tell you.
I like it. He moves around a lot. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
The movement's crazy. I don't like this at all.
Let's go.
Right? So I gotta know, do you want to win today? I'm just curious.
I want to win. I'm going to win. I'll take it. All right, I'll end the match right now.
I wanted to do it to you, but you did it to yourself.
Let's go.
Respect, bro.
All right. I met my match. We have to do this later.
Yeah, we have to run that back, bro, for sure. I want to be able to make music not for money at all, you know? That's the #1 thing I want to achieve. And for me to be able to just make music just for the fun and for the love of it and not have to even think about a tour, not have to think about how many cents I'm getting per stream. I don't want to think about none of that. I just want to make music for people to enjoy.
Right.
Take it back to when I was 17.